Well, you don't have an answer. Well, that's because God made it that way. Well, that's because God made it that way. That's just such a dreadful way to conduct religion, and it's also doomed because it means that the more things science is able to explain, the smaller and smaller part of the unpainted part of the floor is left for you, this poor God that you've created to occupy. That doesn't, it just seems silly. It's the path that one is drawn into when you start trying to use nature to prove God's existence.
I believe that Jesus Christ said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Now, if I am a follower of Jesus Christ, who am I to say that I'm not going to put myself under the authority of the teaching of Jesus Christ? It's not arrogance, it's submission to the lordship of Jesus Christ. You know, I know that in a modern, relativist, syncretistic age, the exclusive claims of the traditional Christian faith jar the ear. Jar the ear. Jar the ear. But that doesn't make them wrong for those who are loyal followers of Jesus Christ.
There is no devil, there is no heaven, there is no hell, and there is no God. Oh, there he goes again!
Religion is about turning untested belief into unshakable truth. There's an infinite number of things that we can't disprove. There are fairies. There are unicorns. Hobgoblins. We can't disprove any of those, but we don't believe in them any more than nowadays we believe in Thor, Amun-Ra, or Aphrodite. We are all atheists about most of the gods that societies have ever believed in. Some of us just go one god further.
Well, the problem with fundamentalists is if they're not having a good time, they think that everybody else shouldn't be having a good time.
Some people don't believe in God and some people do. And I don't know, it doesn't seem like there could be a God.
But in the meantime, as storytelling animals, we continue to spin stories about our world, and the scientific worldview is our story for today.
It was dogmatism that split us in the first place in the 16th century. It's dogmatism, this whole notion that there is a truth that is the truth, that is the eternal truth and the unquestionable truth. We learned at the end of a telescope that it got us nowhere. Galileo tried to tell us then scientifically, look at this. We didn't want to listen. The religion threw Galileo into house arrest for 2 or 3 years. Why? Not because of his science, that's silliness, because of his theology.
You are in the Universal Media Network.
It's all in your head, FM.
Let us have faith.
We all are in this cultural trance.
Christianity is stupid. 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 Stupid.
About group marriage or marriage between daddies and little girls? How about marriage between a man and his donkey?
We have learned to take personal testimony at face value. If somebody stands up and offers searing personal testimony of some awful personal experience or some alleged abuse, we're not supposed to question that. We're not supposed to seek evidence of that. We're not supposed to cross-examine the person who's testifying because that's considered another form of abuse. We're supposed to take that at face value. And there's a lot in the culture that encourages us, I think, to confuse passion and apparent sincerity of belief with truth.
People experience connectedness to the world and to others and have these transcendent emotions. But does that say anything about the existence of the supernatural, or is that just a phenomenon that we as human beings experience?
If I hadn't believed it, I wouldn't have seen it with my own eyes. If I hadn't believed it, I wouldn't have seen it with my own eyes.
Have faith, hope, and charity. That's the way to live successfully. How do I know? The Bible tells me so.
Now be real good to your enemies, and the blessed Lord you'll surely be. How do I know? The Bible tells me so.
And at Newport, there were mental processes that go on very significantly outside of conscious awareness.
He puzzled about hypnosis. How is it that I can affect a human being's mind without his consciousness? What goes on here? That there's a powerful influence without the knowledge and the cognition of the patient.
You feel it in your head. You feel it in your head. You feel it in your head.
I mean, a naturalism is my philosophy, that all phenomena have natural explanations. There is no supernatural. There's just the natural and stuff we can't yet explain.
Now, are there things that are being discovered by scientists every day that they have not known before?
Yes.
Well, now, do you think that the scientists know all about this feeling of God?
What's very curious about this period of time is you've got this mixture of things. You have, on the one hand, this hunger for meaning and embracing meaning, yet you have a whole movement in our culture that's rejecting even the possibility of meaning. This is called postmodernism, the idea that not only do we have our individual stories, but there's nothing but stories. There is no truth ultimately. There are just fabricated stories, and we create our own realities by the stories that we tell ourselves in our cultures. The problem with this view, which is very popular in certain circles, is that it